This is D'Lo Brown. You better recognize this. The only podcast I pay attention to is the Ministry of Wrestling. Believe that.
Hey yo, it's after a pay-per-view, so you know what that means? We're here. 3 tributes in 1. That's going to be my new thing. Okay, so it's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
And me, Double V, the Viceroy, very similitude, Nico Leroux.
What's up? It's me, Dan Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling.
And me, Big Tone, in the zone. It's been a hell of a couple of weeks of wrestling. We've got a lot to catch up on.
We do indeed. And you know what? Thank you to all of you guys. So yes, we are late, but you guys have flooded us with support. So we thank you. And these are why the videos are out here. Right. We're going to do it the way it went through. So we're going to kick off with All In, a huge pay-per-view that we had the absolute pleasure of being there for. So let's first of all, thumbs up to AEW. Yeah, you done a big crowd. I've still got some people to reply to. Oh, the place was typed up. Bro, I never said the place was sold out. I said they got 81,000. All right, cool. You're going to get your response soon. All right, cool. But overall,
just wrestling crowds.
That's the one. Decent pay-per-view. Very decent pay-per-view. So let's kick off with a small match review from 0 Hour. And we're going to kick off with the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, Aussie Open. Yes, then that's their name, Aussie Open. Versus Adam Cole and MJF, aka Better Than You, baby. I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. I was sitting next to Nico at the time, but I heard him saying to Den, you'd be surprised what these guys can do. Legitimately, I could reflect whatever Den might have felt. I was really impressed with what Aussie Open can do. First time seeing them. Good way to kick off the crowd. Really good way to kick off the show. For me, decent match. Thumbs up. Had all the beats I needed.
Of course, because you won it's Big Tone that won the points.
Had nothing to do for me.
Worst possible start to the show I could have thought of, to be honest. Straight away with a loss, but listen, the silver lining is taking the point system out of this. I'm very happy that you had the summer of punk. This is like becoming the summer of hugs. Everyone in AEW is now being like, hug it out. So you've got MJF and Adam Cole doing hug it out. You've got Jericho and Guevara doing hug it out. It's like, this is the summer of hugs, man. Spread the love. I love it. But the match was great. The match was freaking great. And I'm so happy that Aussie Open got to perform in front of such a big crowd, because they're certified, those two, man. They're great.
For this one, there's a seating pattern we do when we go to a wrestling show without realizing it. But I realized it last time. It's like this person sitting next to this person, that next to this person, because I need the info. I'm sitting there going, who's this now? And they must be done. It's like, all right, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be this, that. Look out for this move. Get ready for it. Don't worry. Just listen to me. I'll give you where the pops are. Thank you. But then, as usual, AEW, you watch it and you just get into it. So I started watching it, and as usual as well, I'm a distractor at games. So Nico, my apologies, but I'm a distractor because I'm like a little kid at this thing. For a second, and after a while, I was like, so what's happening next? Yesterday I was watching. So anyway, it was like that, but not with this match. I was in there. Thank you. I hate the fact that I didn't win, because who would have saw Adam Cole winning? Adam Cole and MJF winning together. I didn't see that coming.
You know what? It's the guy who's next.
You.
The guy who's next predicted it. How he done it, I don't know. But
how do you do it, Big Tone?
Well, honestly, I just thought it was an obvious storyline beat. Yeah, that they become champions and then they go for the singles title. It's happened before. It happened in WrestleMania when John Cena and Shawn Michaels, they got the tag belts going into their one-on-one match in the main event. So I was thinking that Ring of Honor will do a similar thing. Yeah, they're gonna put these belts on them. They're belts in it that they don't really have to feature as main parts of the show of AEW, like FTR's belts. Yeah, so they can't just put them on them. Plus, Aussie Open are a New Japan team anyway, so they don't really have to have those belts. Yeah, and those belts can bounce around. So I was fortunate to get that point, and I was on the high. I tell you one thing I really loved about that match was the crowd participation. It was hot.
Oi!
Did you see in the crowd when people was throwing around inflatable balloons of the kangaroo?
Yes.
That's
Kangaroo kick. We always said, what's it called again? In arenas, you can hear the sound. In stadiums, it get lost. Wembley was actually really good.
Surprisingly,
Yes.
yeah.
Good acoustics.
I've watched some football there, and the sound has never carried compared to the smaller stadiums. But that just is testament to how loud that crowd was, despite what that American bellend said afterwards.
And the wave of cheers. You hear a cheer coming to you. You hear it coming to you. Then yeah, you suck ears, and it goes around. It was
Yeah, the
wonderful.
acoustics was good. I think it was probably a thing where you had to be there live to like
Yes,
actually
that is what I was going to say.
experience it.
Oh, that American was there live. We saw him in the
In,
bar.
in
afterwards.
terms of the wrestling in that match, like again, it was up to par. I was very excited. A great match, like to start off the whole pay-per-view overall in, and like I think they did a bang up job. Definite up for me.
Right, so Big Tone, the question is now, because you are our ranking master and our analysis man, where would you rank this match?
Honestly, I'm gonna I'm gonna go right to the top, because if you could like pinpoint like a perfect start to a show, I'm gonna say Fight Forever, man.
Wow.
You're gonna start.
Wow. We're right out the back. Not even
There's
this
no
is
middle
awesome.
ground for you, is there? There's only extremely good or down.
Now, there won't be later, but what I'm thinking of is that this wasn't more of a perfect start to this show. Considering how it ends, considering how it started, yeah, and how the crowd participation from the offbeat, yeah, it's got to go all the way to the top. That's the perfect start to the show.
Okay.
Please note, this is the top. This is not. We're not Meltzer now, and we're gonna have a 5-star. Then I know we're then 6, then now 7. This is it. Fight forever.
Exactly. We're not melting.
Do you know what, AJ? You should have that one special score called 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
I was tempted to call the highest one.
No, but
Tokyo
that can't
Dome.
be on the chart. If you're not looking at your screen, you can see the chart right when it comes up. Just above your screen, that's where that chart is.
You know what? I might do Ode to Silver Screen Dudes. Check it out. Right, where it's you've got thumbs up or thumbs down for Throwback Thursday. Then you've got GOAT status. Like it might be that, like 7-star in the Tokyo Dome. It's not on the ranking, but if it outdoes it, you got your 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome. So yeah, good point. That might be the way we do this one. Okay, so into the next match. The next 2 matches are going to be quite interesting to discuss. So we are talking the FTW title with Jack Perry and Hook. Now, I was excited. I wasn't familiar with the fact that Jack Perry was no longer called Jungle Boy. I guessed he probably came out with new music. And I saw him come out with a car and I was like, this is kind of swaggy. I really, really, really hoped he was going to win. He ended up getting the suspension title, but that's a different conversation for a different time.
He did good. Good thing is real. It was real glass.
Cry me a river. But yeah, it was. You know what? Here's the thing. Was it an excitable match? To me, I enjoyed it. I've learned to appreciate Hook from what I've seen, because this is really the first time I've seen Hook properly for a full-on match. Still wasn't overly hyped in the guy. And the other thing, and this is something I will go for in a, how can I say this? This is a personal thing, being there live. Bring it to the ring a bit more. Like by the entrance where you guys were and where the incident happened, it was just a bit too far to see what the hell was going on. I'm going to comment that more in another match. But yeah, but overall, like two young guns really showing that they're worth something. So I still enjoyed it. I can't say there were many matches I didn't enjoy, but this one got my respect.
I am such a fan of Hook, I can't tell you. I am thrilled I got to see him perform live, and he impressed me as much live as I hoped he would. Yes, Jack Perry is a natural in the ring, and I think Hook is as well. He reminds me, bear with me before you jump down my throat, he reminds me so much of Kurt Angle in the sense that the strength he has comparatively to his size is nuts. Like the fact that this guy T-boned Big Cass a few weeks ago, it was like, what? Dude, you weigh like $105. How are you suplexing a man that size? Like the strength of the guy is unreal.
You forgetting who his dad is, yeah?
Yeah, I know. But the only thing he needs to work on a little bit is personality, because at the moment, we're still getting away with the whole too cool for school to talk on the microphone. That needs to evolve a bit now. But ring skills, like, he is freaking incredible. Match was fine. As you said, it was a bit far to really appreciate it. But I'm happy I got to see these two live.
Yeah, I had to ask a question. I don't see the draw of Hook. Once again, had someone else. He's strong. He can do this. He can do that. I went, is he just because he's Taz's son? And they went, no, it's not. He's actually a good wrestler. So I tried to watch the match. Once again, it was too far away to see where it was. We had really good seats, just not for this match. Upon watching that, though, it was really interesting to see it. Didn't know any of the controversy that was happening at that time about the glass or whatever. I'm a Jungle Boy fanboy. I had to pick Jungle Boy to win because it's Jungle Boy. Well, I know he's not Jungle Boy anymore, but it's Jungle Boy. He's one of the people that caught my eye when I first started watching AEW. And I know we're not doing the scores right now, but that little guy down there that's in the zone, once again, was the only one that was running the clean sweep because how did you pick it again? How do you know Hook was going to win?
Okay, because I just feel that like the FTW Championship and what it stands for, it's a much more better fit around the waist of Hook than Jack Perry. Like, there's only so far they can take him go to destroy the title, or like him beating up ECW originals. There's only so far they can take that without it becoming redundant. Yeah, so I was thinking this was going to be Hook's big moment, pop the crowd a little bit, and that's the reason why Hook was going to leave with the title. In terms of that match itself, like, let's just throughout any of the controversy surrounding Jack Perry, let's look at the match for itself. I agree with Nico. It's fine. It was fine. It was a nice little opener, get the crowd hyped and everything. We didn't go too far. We didn't we didn't give too little. So it was nice from where it started out on the show and to where it ended.
Cool. But with that, Big Tone, where does it rank?
A solid mid card.
Cool. I would go with that. I could work with that.
I'll be real with y'all. This match, I saw the opening and I heard the ending. This was a break for me. It wasn't that I wanted to take a break. I needed to take a break.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Thank you very much for those little two dissolvables. Because don't eat the wrong food before you go to a stadium, people. Watch what you eat.
So just while we talk on that, then, was there anyone else who went down the Hook route?
Yes, there was. There was. The Finessa went for Hook. Oh man, sometimes I miss the group picking so I could steal your picks because I would have stuck with Jack Perry. But still, well done for getting Hook. So you and Leon went and got those right. But at the same time, you were the only one running for that clean sweep. Leon already lost the first one. So yeah, nice one. Big time.
Cool. Okay, so controversy part 2.
Frozen. So shall I rock with this?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So, listen, controversy aside, I gotta say, I thought this was an excellent match. What those two guys, like, I was shocked to see that the boos actually outweighed the cheers for Punk. I thought it would be a bit more split, but it was definitely the boos that dominated. I like the fact that we got to see some of the famous spots. You know, we got to see a Pepsi plunge. We got to see Joe doing his nope spot. Why is that graphic back up?
Just keep going. Just keep rolling.
We got to see Joe doing his nope spot. They did a lot of good storytelling in the course of this match. And listen, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but because they had that little altercation backstage, the two of them came out fired. And it really showed in the ring. Like, I was like, Jesus, Punk's bringing it today. Like, they both did. But yeah, it was a good spot fest. It was a good story to wrap up their feud. And in a weird twist of fate, the way that their feud ended also seems to have spelled the end of the career of CM Punk. So it's weird poetic irony.
Yeah, going from that, it was so surprising to hear because I thought, okay, then just get your throat ready because you got to be the loudest boo because everyone's going to cheer Punk because Punk's the guy. Everyone's here to see Punk. When I heard the boo, I actually stopped booing and went, what the hell? I'm surprised that everyone was booing. But then I was like, all right, cool, I get it. We're the UK fans, we are mixed, Bizarro land. So it was, I loved the section I was in because you had one guy that was going, boo, yay, boo. Like, what is that? Cheering for Punk, booing Punk. Everyone was cheering for Joe because Joe is just awesome. And then if we didn't know about the controversy in the back, I would never have known this match nearly didn't happen because they came out, they did their spots. Punk was very professional in the ring when he did they started out doing their thing, and it was a case of like Punk was getting booed. So it's like he changed and become, okay, so I'm the heel. And I was like, I had to look up and go, is Punk a heel or a babyface? And he went, a bit of both. And he did both of them. He did the heel spots. He did the face spots. He did the teeter-totter. You don't see that anymore. So yeah, it was a good match. And he left, if he's leaving wrestling for good, the last image of him, it was with his title over his shoulder, walking down the gangway. So it was a brilliant way to walk out, better than the way he left last time. Just, I don't believe he's left, but that's a different story.
Oh, he's gone from AEW at least. But,
from AEW, yes, but from wrestling, I don't see that because there's money in Punk. You can tell that from the Collision numbers that happened just recently, but we get to that later. Big Tone, you again with your awesome picking.
This match was a real good opening of the official show, like if we're not counting 0 hour. It was a great way to start the pay-per-view, a great opening. And like the reaction was great, it's very Punk-esque, the reaction of that this chaos that's ensuing like everywhere with people cheering, people jeering, and like I think a big part of why a lot of people booed Punk was Samoa Joe, the underrated, fabulous Samoa Joe. I will go as far as to say Joe is currently the best heel in AEW because MJF is currently a tweener, isn't he now? So, like considering that,
no, but
he's a face. He's a face.
He's a face. Okay,
no, but I mean, he is a face.
Right,
he's a tweener, but he's not the best heel. No way. But carry on.
No. Well, opinions vary. Mine is Joe is the best heel. Like walking around, Ring of Honor, walking around AEW right now. Yeah, on that side of things. It's like his mannerisms, his smirks, the little nuances he does, and he doesn't bully in the ring. He's exactly what you would want, as like your top heel champion, And that match really delivered. It was Smash Mouth. It had all of the classics. It had the crowd invested, and you know what? This is Punk's last match. If it really is, that is a good match to go out on. Yeah, you gave us quality. And like they say in it, you should wrestle every match like it's your last one. Well, if this is your last one, Punk, then you did great. And I think you did like good buyers. Forgetting any controversy, this match for me is a definite go.
Do you know what? So my neck cut out before I had a chance to say anything. I'll let you do the ranking in a minute. Despite all the mixed emotions I have, I was very happy to have seen Punk. I couldn't help but seeing Punk personality. I was over the moon with it all. And more than anything else, it is two seasoned vets who have experience with each other who put on one hell of a match. So, yeah, I'm very happy with that match. It was a very, very, very good open. But, Tone, it's not on me to rank it, my friend. It's down to you.
I would say this is a definite, this is awesome.
Okay, nice. This is awesome. I still can't believe that. I was the open outdo them, but we'll go with it. You're ranking, bro. Okay, we move
give him
on.
A chance to rebuttal afterwards to see if he wants to change any ranking.
No. Like I said, I know, like on paper, this match might be better than the first one, but like that actually didn't have the same reaction. Like the first one, the crowd was just hyped. It was the energy. Like the balloons going around the ring, it's crazy, man. Like it's a great start point. If that match was say more mid of the card, it would probably get a lower score. But because it was the absolute first thing we saw, that's why it's at the top.
Cool. Okay, here we go.
Remember to next match 1 sec. Sorry, just give the points again. I know we don't need to go too much, but just to say, everyone obviously went to pick Punk on this, so it's great. Everyone now has points, but one man stayed on the chance of winning a clean sweep, and well done, Big Tone.
Before we move on, just quickly, Nico, who do you think is the biggest heel
that question.
in the company?
What's that?
Who do you think is the best heel in the company?
Christian Cage.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what?
yeah.
That is a good pick. Like,
Yeah.
he's definitely there up there. Definitely.
He was
I'm with
the
Nico.
one that I was torn on when you said Joe.
The heel heat that he gets every week. I'd pick Christian Cage as an active wrestler, and I'd also have to put Don Callis in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking more about wrestlers. Like,
then Christian, followed by Jay White.
Nah, Jay White hasn't done enough yet.
I think Jay White's got a lot of love out there as well. Whereas
Christian Cage has got to be the top heel in AEW.
That's
Christian on the stick, I think, has to be the top heel.
He's such.
You know why? Because your dad is
every
next.
week.
How's everybody's dads today?
Your dad's dead and I flub your mother. It's like, what the hell, bro? Jesus, the bullying.
I still
Did anyone see,
Joe, but like,
has anyone seen Dynamite just gone?
Yeah.
Where he goes, what was he said to the guy? I owe your apology. I knew your
Tell
dad
your
was a
mum to
wrestler.
call me. Your dad was even worse than I thought. It's like, what the hell, bro?
He's a menace, Christian Cages. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, we move on. We are now into the territory of the 6-man tag match, or the trios, because it's AEW. We'll give it its name. The Golden Elite versus Bullet Club Gold. I was very happy to see this match. I can't lie. Look, it's some of the greatest names you can ever put on a non-WWE card. All together in one match, you're going to get gassed. You just can't not get excited by what you see with these guys putting together. And there's really good chemistry. You know, my biggest thing also looking at that match was I feel sorry for New Japan. They've lost a lot of people. That was what hit me. They have lost a lot of people when you look at this match. But, oof, what a goodie. What a goodie.
Dude,
over to you,
I said in my prediction when people were like, oh, we're not getting Kenny Omega in a singles match. It's like, the thing is that it doesn't matter in what capacity you get Kenny Omega, as long as you get Kenny Omega. And it's like, there was a moment where the two leaders of Bullet Club were looking at each other. I'm like, are you kidding me? We're seeing Kenny Omega and Jay White face off in the biggest wrestling pay-per-view of all time. So how can you throw any shade at this? This is like, this is 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome in terms of hype. This was like, oh my God, I'm watching 2 gods of the sport in front of me right now. How can you be anything but happy? And the thing that I was above everything so happy about, because Dan's been hearing me chat since bloody April about how good Jay White is. And like, it fell on deaf ears.
What a time to lose him.
He's back.
It fell on like deaf ears. It fell on complete deaf ears in Mania. In Mania, they fell on deaf ears because like the American fans just don't watch that stuff. Literally. And I appreciate them wasn't so familiar with Jay White too, but had an interest at least. And what was so good was that spot where they went for a sunset flip, and Jay White literally, smooth as melted butter, pushed Takeshita out the way to take the hit, and then turned to me and went, "Whoa, that was good." And I said, "Yeah, that's what the guy can do. He is such a brilliant wrestler." Like, I know we should be talking about Omega and all that, but I am such a mark for Jay White because of what he's done in Japan and because of where I know they're building. Well, I know where I think they're building him for the future. Like, did you notice how protected he was in that match while still being allowed to flex his muscles? And that's been the case throughout the last few weeks of televised wrestling. They are doing such a fine job of like teasing that this guy's going to be on your TV for a while, and we're taking him super seriously. I thought this match was like, for hype alone, this was incredible. Quality of the match, gold star. I loved it. Everything about this match, I loved. And special shout out to Juice Robinson. He's so entertaining.
Yeah, with this match, I was like, Nico, it's your boy, it's Jay White. I've never seen him before. What is he like? Trust me, you're gonna get hyped. It's all right, cool. But you know what? There's Kenny
Nico's crush.
once again. Oh, Jay White made me start working out again. If y'all don't know, I was talking to Nico like I need to start working out. This guy must eat peanuts only because there is no way to stay that shredded and be that big. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I have started working out. Thank you, Jay. But yeah, going from that, it was a really good match. One thing I felt sorry for was the two Japanese competitors. The crowd was hype when it's Jay White, when it was Kenny, but then as soon as the two Japanese competitors go in the ring, everyone's like died a bit, like who are they? And they were doing some awesome things, and then someone else comes in and it lifts back up, and it was up and down. I was like, I think that a lot of people need to watch more New Japan and not just when the I can't remember what it's called when they open the door thing. Forbidden Door. So, but yeah, I need to get to watch some more. I don't watch as much wrestling. I say much. I don't watch unless I'm with the people. But you know.
And for the record, then, while I've got you here, it's pronounced Takeshita, not Take Shitter. Okay.
No. So not his name. I didn't even notice. I had their names up, right? So I'm doing my video and I had that the card at the bottom. So I'm looking at him like, I'm gonna say his first name. Oh no. Wait, take shit. What the hell? It's not that, but that's what I'm going with.
Well, did you know that when he had did you know that when he had a rivalry with MJF, that was literally the fire MJF was throwing at me? He was like, what was your name again? Take a shitter? Like,
yeah. But yeah, it was really, really good. Obviously I'm gonna go at my boy Kenny, even though all he does is let me down. But yeah, on the night, didn't let me down. Loved it. Once again, stop fighting on the ramp side of the ring and come to the other side, man. Come to where the commentary table is usually at, because I want to see it. I watch many on the screen. I was live, but I'm watching on the screen. I don't like that. But anyway, good match. Big Tone?
Yeah, wow, this match was fantastic. I mean, I was a bit upset with the result because it smashed my undefeated streak up to that point. And like these guys were so happy. You see the elation, like, you can't get a clean sweep. But like apart from that, like the match was great. Like they're doing an excellent and masterful job of building up Jay White and his Bullet Club Gold. And I feel that's something that they should be doing because Jay White is nowhere near the level in AEW that he was in New Japan. He was like the main heel there, like, and he's got a while to go, and like this is a step in the right direction. Yeah, we talk about people not knowing who Takeshita is. Like after All Out, they know who he is. Trust me. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But like seeing Kenny live again, it was great. It was great. Like my only one regret, yeah, which is funny because I'm sort of split because I wanted to see the individual entrances, but I did also want to see them come out to Wayward Son as well, so we could sing it. Yeah, but like either way, it was great. I had a great time. I feel, even though it took points from me, the right men did win the match. Yeah, and like hopefully we talk about, we might not have known some of the competitors before. Hopefully people know them now, and they deserve to, because that was an excellent match.
And where does this rank for you, Big Toe?
I'm gonna put it in. I'm probably like being too generous here, but I put it in. This is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
So I could work with that. I could work with that.
Going from that, with the points on our little thing we're doing right now, as Big Ton alluded to, he kind of went with the wrong pick. So did myself and Sims, because, why would you not go for Kenny? Because Kenny's away, so you're going to be Kenny and his boys. But no, it went for Bullet Club, and it was the right pick. It's just, I wish you told me before I made my pick. So yeah, well done to the two men on the screen right now, AJ and Nico. Oh, sorry,
Guns
Double
up.
V on here, Double V.
Guns up.
Hey,
Well
listen,
done.
it may have been gold versus gold, but it was silver screen points, baby.
This pay-per-view had our points going up and down. We were never like one person just losing all out or one person. It was a roller coaster. Great.
It was. That's what was actually really exciting about it. I think it went down to before that, it was
The second to
very
last, the last match for you and Big Tom, but don't worry, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah. Right, this match, I reckon Big Tom's going to give it the hype that it does. FTR versus the Bucks. I can't lie. Like, for me personally, a touch of underwhelmed. Like, FTR can work with certain people. By proxy, I suppose it means the Bucks can only work with certain people. The hype was there. It couldn't match the hype. Now, if I was to quote it, and I don't want to go WWE, but I will. You kind of get a hype in a Roman match, and it starts slow, and you right there, bro. Yeah, you got the hype, and then you've got this very slow start, and you're like, ugh. But then it ends on a high note, so you're like, that was a good match. This one had the hype. You're like, right, let's go. And it's not that the moves weren't there from either team. FTR are botch artists, bro. Like, I don't like. It just doesn't seem like the FT. It doesn't seem like the revival. That's my personal feel. I feel like as the years have gone on, it's not been kind to them. So this was a bit of a downer for me. It was a nice match to see. I was actually very excited. I think it's the Bullet Club in me that was still very excited to see the Young Bucks come out. Even the TP, like from their entrance, had me gassed. But I was just, I was a bit wavered on this one.
Listen, I've never made it a secret that I'm not a fan of FTR. I think they're stiff. I think they're boring. I think they're slow. But I also recognize that they've been part of some fantastic tag matches over the years. Notably, the one that stands out to me was their ladder match with the Briscoes on Ring of Honor last year. That was nuts. That's one of the great tag matches that I've ever seen. And I'm saying that about a team who I don't even like. And I went into this pay-per-view saying, despite not being the big FTR fan, the match I am most excited for is the Young Bucks and FTR. Yes, I love the Young Bucks, and I know FTR can wrestle an amazing tag match. So you put those two things together, I was like, this has not only got, match of the year potential. If these guys pull it out the park, we could be looking at one of the all-time great tag matches here. I'm sorry, it didn't deliver. Like, it was such a contrast of styles, and not in a good way. Like, seeing how fluid Nick Jackson is, and he is an amazing wrestler. He's crazy good. And how freaking stiff Dax Harwood is. And I don't mean stiff like he hits hard. I mean stiff like, boy, you need to run. Like, he's a
Great Carly stiff. Not Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he's stiff like Great Carly. He's stiff like Luke Gallows. And it's like, it actually, crazily, couldn't believe it. It sucked some of the energy out of the stadium. That match was not good for the pay-per-view. And who'd have thought? The match I was most looking forward to, and the match which most people had pegged as being an all-timer, genuinely was a bit of a downer. Now, say what you will about FTR, I don't think you can really argue that the energy in the stadium had to be picked up after that match. And it wasn't, because the crowd was spent. The match was dull.
It was more chance of Cash has got a gun than anything else. It's kind of sad.
I was in the case of, like, I'm an FTR fan. I like what I see. Every time I see them, I don't see them often, but every time I saw them, they've been good. They have been stiff and slow. They're old school wrestling, and I'm old school wrestling. But I'm also a Young Bucks fan, and they're more new school, where people say they're spot monkeys. No, Nick Jackson is one of the best wrestlers out there. Like, there's points I wasn't watching a wrestling match. I just kept watching. Like, did you see how he went from a pin, float his leg over the bottom rope, stood up, do a backflip, landed, turn around, run back in the ring? I'm like, I can't lay on the floor and get up 3 times and be fine. And he just did that like nothing, and then did a pose at the end. The smoothness of the problem was they were so smooth compared to FTR. They made FTR look like nothing.
Tree trunks.
So because of that, it made this match felt flat, and the arena did drop down. Like the excitement, and people were trying. We were doing chants that shouldn't be chants, just to keep energy out. And I don't want to take the piss out of FTR, but this one was a bust for me, and it made me come out there going, looking at Nico going, "You're not a fan of FTR, but this match I wasn't a fan of." Had Big Tone down there saying, "Yeah, what do you mean you don't like FTR?" So Big Tone, you the fan. Let us know.
Well, like I said, it's no secret that I am a fan of both the Young Bucks and FTR. I feel like these teams are some of the very best in the world. Yeah, and they show it consistently. Unfortunately, this night, I wouldn't say this match was bad, not at all. Like, and I don't actually feel like it was as draining as maybe you guys had felt. And I do feel that, after the other match, there was a bit of like, fatigue because that was a high testosterone match, the trios match that come before it. So yeah, there might be a bit of that, but I feel where the downfall was is that we was expecting this match to pick us up because again, we've seen them go twice before, and it's been some of the best wrestling that AEW has ever produced. And we was expecting this as the rubber match to be the best one. But unfortunately, just like with some movie sequels, the third one ends up being the one that is least favored. Yeah.
It's the
We're talking
Matrix.
Alien 3 here, innit? Yeah. We're talking X-Men 3 the last time, did it? Yeah. But like I honestly do think this match had some good spots to it there. Like both teams, maybe there was a bit rattled because of how many people was there. Like I don't know, maybe they had other things on their mind because again, this was not the same FTR we seen a couple of weeks ago wrestle Bullet Club Gold to one of the best matches AEW seen. That match was excellent. It was
That
an hour
match
long.
was amazing. That
Yeah.
match was amazing.
And this is what we was expecting, I guess, at Wembley. I don't know, maybe we worked ourselves into too much of an expectation
No,
of what this match will be. Yeah, but then, like,
It
I
was-
suppose the
Watches
inverse
on
could
from
say
FTR, man.
they didn't live up to what it really should be. So
they
for
didn't live
that,
up to their own names, to be honest. I don't think it was anything to do with us.
yeah, I don't know. I just think maybe like in a world like in a different card, it might have been regarded a bit more highly than some of the stuff we've seen. Because again, we've seen amazing matches, yeah, like all throughout the night, and like again, there's a lot more amazingness to come. So like, yeah, this match was passable, but it wasn't what we expected.
Do you know what? Speculation being speculation, and I don't want to call it in. Do you think there may have been a bit, but they should have prepared the match anyway before? But FTR are definite CM Punk boys, and obviously the Elite. Do you think there may have been a bit of post tension from what happened?
There could have been a
Then
lot
if
of
there was, then
tension
explain
between
all out.
FTR and the Bucks themselves, isn't it? So, like, I don't know if they were firing on all cylinders like they should be, or usually are, but is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
In this case, be professionals. You can dislike someone and work with them.
Yeah, I'm just saying your mind could be elsewhere because they're like, oh, Phil's done it again. EVPs are trying to do something. It's like, not in a bad way, but you're just not as focused as you were. Because I'm guessing if anyone was to try and hold him back, short of it being Samoa Joe, who may have already been outside because the card is there, it was FTR trying to hold him back. And Tony Khan feared for his life. Let's just put it that way. Like, who knows how much they had to hold him back.
Tony Khan just said that.
Anyway.
Oh God, sorry, let's not go.
No one should be feeling that way at work, least of all the boss.
Exactly. It's a friggin' bully. Anyway, don't want to go into it.
Anyway,
Guys,
on.
I'm gonna have to love you and leave you there, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Holmes.
It was a pleasure
But
having you
I
on
just
Double
want
B.
to hear where Big Tone ranks this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Big
I
Tone,
want to
over
see
to
how
you, sir.
objective he is.
Honestly, I'm gonna rank this at mid card. Yeah,
Yes,
not
okay.
beer break. It's not beer break.
Beer break, bro.
It's not beer break. I agree with
It's
that.
beer break. On this card, this was the bear break match.
Nah, man. I'm gonna say mid card because again, like I reckon,
Nice.
like I said, if this match was somewhere else on another pay-per-view, it'd probably be like regarded as higher. But because it was All In, because we had some of the matches we did, we expected a lot more than what we got. But this was not a bad match.
You so
But
nice.
When you say on another pay-per-view, No Surrender, Final Destination, because for AEW or WWE standards, it was low, bro.
Nah,
But yeah,
I don't think so.
you could go to
be
run.
honest, maybe like if we were to go back and watch this match, I might feel differently either way. Maybe I might rank it higher, maybe I might rank it lower. But I just feel again like there was a lot of crowd investment in it. Like, whether you want to say like, oh, it was shut down a bit. Maybe
Gotta
it
go,
was
guys.
lowered a little bit.
All right, cool. Double V, peace.
Maybe it was lowered a little bit because again we expected a bit more. But again, I can't look at that match in any shape or fashion and say this was a bad match. Yeah, this was two of the greatest like performing teams going out there and putting on an average match, and on an average day, they're still better than most teams.
I'll give you that.
But with this match, the good part about it, though, the point system, you got the FTR people, you got myself, you got Big Tone, you got AJ that went for FTR. I'm surprised Simsy didn't go there, but Simsy went with the Young Bucks and Nico. No surprise there because I think he's picking with his heart for this pay-per-view, and he doesn't like FTR, so he just went against them on this one. Or he might have a different idea. My thing is, I love the Elite, and one of them had to lose. So I went and picked the Golden Elite, so I had to pick against Young Buck. That's my only decision-wise.
Yeah.
Good thing
You know
I did.
what? I did the same thing. And to be honest, like, I was surprised that the Elite had a bad night. I thought that it was going to go 50-50. Like, this is why I thought the Golden Elite would be the ones to get the win, because I knew that Young Bucks wasn't getting the win here.
But hey, it is what it is, man. But now everyone's on the board properly, not just all equal thing. Everyone's all different, so the numbers are all over the place at this point. Ooh, it was really close.
Right. So the next match, I'm interested to hear what you guys have got to say. Stadium Stampede. Now, here's the thing for me, right? The first Stadium Stampede, I think, worked really well because they had a chance to be pre-recorded. It was during COVID. You could do whatever you want, wherever you want, and it doesn't really rely on a crowd being around you. There's too much action that you don't know where to look. All of that stuff that's happened with, look, you've got, let me bring up the points. Was it 10 guys, essentially? Now, for 10 guys to be there, and any arena has 4 corners, I would have liked to have known that Eddie Kingston or someone would have popped up near us or something. But it just felt like you had the guys that you were meant to focus on who did not do anything backstage. The guys who mean nothing. And it was very funny. I knew Eddie Kingston was going to come out looking like a flipping extra from Resident Evil once again with his barbed wire and bleeding head. We didn't even see how he got busted open as far as I'm concerned. So I was a bit let down by this. I've seen hardcore matches on TV from many companies, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of stuff beyond chairs and bats, if I'm honest. So when I start seeing diffusers or pasta or whatever the hell it is that went into Mox's head, I'm not on it. I really don't care. Honestly, it's that. And I found it a bit hard to keep track live. I don't know what it would have looked like on TV. I've not gone back to it. But it's cool to know we had one. It's hard to appreciate a match like this live, personally.
Yo, I've always said hardcore matches, I always watch it going, imagine paying all your money just to see watching the screen anyway. That's what I did. I ain't not watching the screen. It was all over the place. Although there's a couple points you didn't watch the screen. I kept doing this while AJ was talking. They had it was like chopsticks in man's head, and then he held it, and it grossed people out. Everyone got a reaction. It was, oh my God, what am I looking at? It was chaos. So the stuff we were seeing, it was just mad. And the stuff that we would see on TV, we're going, that ain't real. I saw this and I was like, you are crazy. You are a madman. There is no reason for you to do that. I'm sorry, I can't see a reason. Not a big fan of hardcore matches either because I don't like seeing people hurt themselves like in this type of case. But it is what it is. I knew we weren't going to get to see the match live great because, hey, they're everywhere. And then you see them, oh, there's someone in that little arena part, they're gone. I just want to know what they're doing backstage. Are they just backstage sitting down going, now let's get ready to go out and go out now. Punch, punch, punch. Someone had a costume change in the middle of the match.
Yeah. Yeah. Penta went from Penta El Zero Uno to flipping Small Red Machine. I'm still trying to figure out what happened there. That was weird.
Yo, we just literally watch a theater piece because you're watching on TV, you see a TV match where you can see they can edit it and stuff like that. In theater, you got to stop and run to go do some costume changes. That's what we watched. We watched a theater show. It was amazing. I liked it because I watched it again. Yes, that's right. The wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling, watch that match on TV because it was available on YouTube for some reason for a little bit. Anyway, watched it. It was chaos, and even the camera crew couldn't keep up with it. So you had someone getting set up to do a move, and it cuts back to the person on the floor, and I go, "What happened?" Then they had to show a replay of what happened. You know what? Yeah, it's something to get the crowd back into it, because we were talking before about, the crowd going a bit down and stuff like that with other matches, but this just had the crowd going, "Oh my God." And yeah, loved it for that. Big Tom, what about you?
Well, again, we have the marking beer break in it. Yeah, this was literally where I took my beer break for the reasons that you guys mentioned. Yeah, it's because, again, it's a match that's all over the place. We couldn't really see it properly. So this is where I went to go get my refreshments. Yeah, and I come back out, and the match was good. Like, it was passable and everything, but again, not being able to see from where we was and having to watch the screen because it's just chaos. Yeah, it did put a bit of a dampener on it as well. Plus, these matches are insane. They do a lot of things that are like, damn, should they be doing that? Just from a standpoint of wrestlers' health and all that. But hey, it does make for interesting visual. I'll tell you the one thing that actually saved this match, from being a beer break ranking from me was when Sue came out in the fan, yeah. The cookies. I love that part. Yeah, we talk about goofy wrestling. That's that right there. But it was hilarious and it was well timed. I mean, I was surprised that they made Proud and Powerful. What they call it, Pride and Powerful.
Yeah, something like that. Proud and Powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was surprised that Santana and Ortiz they lost on their return match. I didn't think they would do that, and I was actually a little disappointed that they didn't have the extra people, like the 6-man one, and they had a couple of surprises. I think that would have also improved the quality of that match. But overall, it's a good, fun little distraction. You wasn't gonna get 5-star dream match here. It did what exactly it set out to do: entertain the fans, and give me a chance to get my refreshments. So
officially, even though you did take a beer break there, where does it rank for you?
I'm gonna put it mid card, but probably the lower end of mid card. But mid card.
You're a true
So
gentleman.
could you change your standpoint from being beer break? Because it wasn't a beer break.
Cool.
Although everyone kept screaming out beer money.
Right, this next match, I was happy for it. Here we go. It was the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship. Yeah, look, for me, the Saraya has a very soft spot for me. I have a very soft spot for Saraya, should I say? And in fact, the journey, it can be a hard spot, but we won't go there. But overall, her journey is something I've always admired. I remember seeing, not the movie, but Fighting With My Family, the TV show, when it first came out on Channel 4. And then seeing that journey of, oh my God, that girl, she's actually made it to WWE, knowing she's in NXT, then her defeating AJ Lee and becoming NXT and Women's Champ, or Divas Champ at the time, to the injury, to a return, meant so much. And to see the entire Knight family, I was, more emotional than I thought I would be. It was really good. And the match, I think the match worked for me. It worked. I don't know if I could have gone for more wrestling, but it worked overall for me.
I didn't use my brain, you lot. I didn't think, hey, here's someone from the UK without the name Brit in their name, but someone from the UK. I just had a gimmick for my picks, and my gimmick was, I'm going to pick all the champions to retain. So I didn't even consider the fact that you got Saraya coming back from a serious injury that you thought she could never wrestle again, to actually being in front of her own crowd, getting a chance to go for the title. Why didn't I consider that? I don't know, but well done AEW for thinking about that and doing it the correct way and putting the title on Saraya. Don't need to keep it on her. I'm just saying, don't need to keep it on her. Well done for putting it on her. It was really good to see the entire family, to see, because I don't know the storyline with Britt Baker. Them not being, is it Britt Baker and her was a team with Ruby Soho?
No, Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. Yes, the story with Tony Storm, getting held by the mom and then slapping the mom and then Saraya losing it. Why is she got? Oh, they're in a team and oh. So I'm getting filled in on this side while stuff's happening. So it was like, man, something wrestling show needs to do is sell everyone a radio with the commentary so you can put the headphones in, like old baseball games.
I would pay for it.
You buy it and then you have to return it at the end or drop it off or you get your money back. Just please, because I'm sitting there going, I know there's wrestlers. I know there's a story going on here. I wish I knew the story. Good thing for me, I had a commentary person there. So yeah, that helped the match for me. And it was a really good match because of that. Loved the ending. Loved the family walking out together, even though some people were waiting for a surprise. I was at, this is the happy moment in AEW. So right now. So yeah, perfect for me. Loved it.
Yeah. But again, like for me, this was an obvious pick because again, this was the fulfillment of Saraya's story from ever since she returned to wrestling in general, and of course she chose AEW as the company. What better place to put the title on her than in UK, England, in front of 80,000+ fans, in front of her family. There was just no better opportunity to do it. I also did the respect that the crowd gave to DMD, the respect crowd gave to Shida. I really did like the fact that they made Shida look like a big deal and people was chanting for her because I do feel she's one of those women that's underrated, in terms of who's thought of as a top star. She might have been a transitional champion here, but getting to enter All In, the biggest pay-per-view event as the champion, is a good look. It's a good look. Yeah. In terms of the match itself, it was great. It was a lot of action. I love what they do with Toni Storm and this whole sort of losing her mind type thing. I like this character, and this is what they need to do for a lot of the women in their division. Give them an angle, a character, give them some growth. Statlander, I'm looking at you. Yeah, and let's build the division into an entertaining thing, something that we look forward to. The championship went on to the right person here, and she came out to, of course, We Will Rock You by Queen. That's going to be an iconic moment, that streamed online a lot. So, all the pieces were in place, for that puzzle to be completed. So, I thought it was a good time, and I'm glad Saraya got her moment for all her fans and her family.
Indeed, I can't agree more. And where does this rank for you?
I would say this was awesome. It was an awesome moment.
Yeah, I'm done with that. You have to bear with me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm adapted to different things. Before it was just points. Now it's points and ranking people. The ministry's growing. We promise growth. It's happening. So yes, in the previous match, the Stadium Stampede, how did everybody vote?
Yeah, so sorry I missed that one out, but we're going back to it right now because you can't miss out. Our one and only, the one AJ being the only one to go and pick the best friends. I should pick the best friend. I had a Orange Cassidy shirt on. That was the person I should pick, but because I'm Blackpool is in England and they're a combat club in England. Why would I let the Blackpool Combat Club lose in England? So that's my reason picking him. I went against
the guy from Blackpool.
I was so mad because again, AJ knows this. I sent in 2 videos. What was the result of the first video I sent in?
It was the best friend, and it's because of Proud and Powerful. It's because of Proud and Powerful he changed.
Yeah, I should have picked best friends because I should have picked Cassidy Bean. I don't know the storylines. I should have picked the person I'm a fan of and move on from there, but I didn't. I tried to be strategic because, hey, when y'all hear the points at the end, the person that's losing, horrible. So I got to go for wild cards. Turns out everyone else followed me apart from AJ. So well done. And moving on to Sarah.
The women's match. Yeah. How did that work out?
The women's match. So as you heard before, I was sticking with the champ's going to retain. So obviously I didn't do it. Everyone else, apart from one person, was smart enough to go, Saraya is in her home country and she's been through a lot. We're going to pick for her. So big up to Big Tone, AJ and Nico for picking Saraya. Simsy, the Vanessa, your reasoning, because I watched the video, your prediction, your reasoning for picking Britt Baker, and not the British person, but the person with the name Brit in it, it didn't work out for you, mate. So because of that, you and I got nothing on that. But well done to y'all for this.
I kind of think when I was watching his video, I was like, did he forget there's an actual Brit? He's like, so we're going to use the person whose name is Brit to get the British fans up. Like, you're going to use the name Brit over the British person to get the British fans excited. Like,
hey,
bro.
hey, give it to him. Look, at least he picked someone with the name Brit in it. And the other three of y'all pick a British person. I went and pick a Japanese person in England against a British fan and someone with a Brit in it. So I was the one that was way off the mark.
You know what? There's logic in both DMD and Shida retaining, though.
Listen,
like,
DMD, if you said to me DMD deserves it, yes.
Because DMD again, she's the top.
Through her name being Brit, no.
No, yeah. Through her being the top face, definitely, yeah. Through Shida, them trying to maybe elevate her, I could see her retaining, so it's not the worst pick. But come on, man, like Surveyor, man, this was the moment.
I don't know. As I keep doing the meme, Think, Dennis, think.
We could also go for that Frozen one where they have that like GTA sound. It was at this moment Dennis realized he inked up.
Literally, as they walked out, they went, "Who did you pick again?" And I said, "They went, but Soraya's in this," and I was like, "Oh, well, we know who's winning. Oh, well,
At least
anyway, I've lost this match. Let me just watch the match."
Right. Okay. Here we go. We move on. Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve and potentially the biggest heel, Christian Cage. Now, in a Coffin match. Can I be honest? This was my beer break. Because it's Sting. Respectfully, because it's Sting, you knew you could go because you know who the title match is going to be. Once I saw Sting walk out and I saw Sting do a couple of moves and I went through the, I've seen Sting, go and buy my refreshments. That's exactly what it was for me. It was too predictable to be something. I appreciate that when I did walk out, I missed a 60-year-old man dive onto a coffin. So my bad. But we need to change the narrative on Sting. Yes, WWE done him bad, but he even lost in WCW, Tony. Relax. He doesn't have to win every match. So that's my call on it.
I stated before, Sting doesn't lose on pay-per-view. So Sting tagging with anyone, Sting will win in my eyes. To the point of, there was a change in this match somehow, and I got a message like, do you want to keep your call the same? I'm like, what kind of stupid question is that? It's Sting. Someone else is in it, and Sting's still in the match. I'm going to vote against him. It's crazy. But yeah, Sting, when he did a table spot, jumping on the table, and it didn't break, and the crowd started to scream one more time, you saw like he went, all right, jump back for it. But what took me out of this is Darby Allin doing the coffin drop from the top rope to the outside on the coffin. Ouch. Ouch. That was crazy. And at that moment, I actually asked, what is this guy background and what is he doing? He went, oh, he's a stuntman. He's a skater stuntman. I was like, well, he's a madman. Crazy. And because of that, he's got Sting copying him doing some crazy ass things. So, hey, just don't hurt yourself, Sting. Don't hurt yourself. And what's it called? Christian, please leave people's dads alone. Come on, man. Please leave dads alone. You're too cold now. You're getting too cold. I'm laughing, but it's too cold. Yo, so Big Tom, you saw the part where the dreads was hanging out, right? At the end.
Yeah, I see it.
But apart from that, what do you think of the match?
Well, again, like it's a bit hard, like AJ says, yeah, knowing going into it who's gonna win the match. And like I love Swerve, yeah, and like it was a good decision to probably swap out AR Fox for Christian Cage, because to be honest, there was nothing in the world that could convince me otherwise that AR Fox was going into that casket. Yeah. now it was a bit more like unclear, yeah, like of who was actually going to beat that fate. But I knew it wasn't going to be Sting. That's the one thing I knew. So like, seeing it was good to see Sting live. It was good to see him take that bump live. It's always great to see Darby like in any sense of fashion do something crazy because that's who he is. Like the match itself, it was passable for what it was. We all knew what it was gonna be, and it was that. Like I can't say it was bad. Can't say it was great, mind blowing, or shocking. It was just good to see Sting out there doing his thing. Yeah.
So before I go into where you rank this, I have a strong feeling the swap out was very well timed, and this is why I sent the message. Then, do you want to swap? People are very aware that Edge's contract had come up to an end. There was rumors that Edge wanted to sign with AEW, went to WWE before and said, well, this is what they're offering me. And Vince put the money back. And that's why Edge went to WWE and has done this run. So he's just done the 25-year thing. And everyone's like, this is Edge's last match for WWE. You swap it for Christian. You can either get last minute, again, as well as AEW done, it's 81,000, not 90,000 like they predicted in their videos. That's point one. Point two is last minute buy sales for anyone who can't make it. I believe that's why Christian was swapped out. He tactically put Christian in it.
No, it wasn't. It was because of AR Fox. Basically, he had a death in his family, and he
my bad.
wasn't able to work All In. But they was a little bit annoyed with him because he told them last minute. Yeah, and I feel bad for AR Fox. That was your moment. Yeah, you've been a struggling indie guy all your life. Yeah, and this was your chance to do something big in front of 81,000 fans, and you couldn't. So, like, this is why they reversed this big storyline of him being with the Mogul affiliates, and they slid in Christian because of the obvious thing to do, considering All Out was going to be a TNT title defense.
I'm happy Christian was there.
I'm just going to say something very cold, but just keep it in the sense of the humor.
Casket
and then I'm going to
match.
be respectful. I'm guessing it wasn't AR Fox's dad because Christian didn't say anything on the mic. But AR Fox, sympathies to you and your family for the loss in your family. But yeah.
But the thing is, I'm happy Christian was in the match because something happened. There was a chant broke out when Christian and Sting was facing off to each other. TNA, not Impact Wrestling, TNA. Because come on. Yeah.
And again, this is something I have to say. As much as it's nice to see certain people get pushed, as much as I was happy to see Sting, I was very happy to see Christian. Like I was a major Christian fan before he left for Impact or TNA, should I say? So to have seen him live was something. He's one of those that I can finally tick off and say, yeah. And again, that's no disrespect to Sting. It was just really good.
I didn't even know it was going to be Christian because obviously I didn't check. It's just when I heard I'm like, oh my God, that's Christian. That's Christian. I'm looking around like he's not walking to the ring. Why am I looking behind me? But I got so happy looking around to people. Everyone's like, yeah, it's Christian. I'm like, no, but it's Christian. He's finally on his own.
Big Toad, where does this rank for you, my friend?
All right, like yes, it was awesome to see Sting live, but the match itself was what we expected. Nothing special, nothing bad. So it's middle of the road, mid card.
Cool. Thank you very much, sir. And Ben, over to you, sir. How did the points go?
I have to really, if anyone went against Sting, you just literally went, I don't want points. Take my points. Because everyone across the board went for Sting and clearly came out the winner, even though the match is not over because the hair was sticking out the casket. So let's keep that rolling. There needs to be a part two.
Yeah, I want to see Swerve come out and be like, if the back can stop the match, my hair can stop the match. That casket is
bam, there you go.
that in fact is fact. Okay. So everyone went that way. Right. The next match. The one I thought was going to be the opener, but you know what? It came at such an awesome time anyway. Chris Jericho versus Will Osprey. Listen, what I predicted is what I got. Is, well, not match-wise because I called it wrong. Excuse me, because I called it wrong. But, yeah, the world knew how to sing Judas. About it was a moment. I'm aware. I wanted to say the world -1, but one of the things again, acoustically live, we owned it. Like you can feel it. I'm sure there are people across the road going, "What the hell's happening there?" AEW just needed to pay for some speakers and microphones to have captured that, because I saw Jericho's entrance on their socials. It doesn't reflect. You know, like where Clash at the Castle, you knew what happened when Edge came out. It would have been nice for AEW socials to show how much of an impact Chris Jericho's entrance was. But it was a solid match. You had two very good guys, and if I'm not mistaken, this was the deal breaker match. This is where like everyone would like it was a case of who wins based off of this match. Like the next two matches, everyone went the same, if I'm not mistaken. So this was who was to crown the winner for this pay-per-view. And sadly, I took second place.
Right. But with this one here, I was going to pick Jericho as well, but Will Osprey in England. I actually remember there's an English person on this card. So I picked the English person and then looked it up and was like, oh, just don't hurt Jericho because Will, you're a bit nuts. You're a bit crazy. Though everyone was singing along to Jericho's theme, Judas, I tried to learn. I tried. When the music hit, I got zero. Everything just went out my head. And I was like, okay, I'll wait for the point where everyone does Judas in my life. Missed it totally. I sang it. Judas. Oh, not yet. Oh, and then everyone sang it. Don't. And then got tapped on the shoulder by not even by Nico, by someone else, a random person. Don't worry, mate. You get a second chance. I went, all right, cool. Second chance came. Did the exact same thing again. Missed it. I tried. I can't learn these themes. Like back in the days, I knew all the rest of the theme, which are just doing a guitar solo or something. But now it's actual lyrics. I gotta learn lyrics. This is why it would never forever be something. You know the rest. Big Tone.
All right. Well, this match for me, this is a very difficult match to rank because this was one of the best matches I've seen, really. Will Osprey is amazing, and to be honest, if you want to turn around and say he is the best wrestler in the world over Kenny, I will take that argument all day long because, to be honest, either of them could be put in that category. Hell, even Nick Jackson sent out a tweet saying, "Don't tell Kenny," but Will Osprey is the best wrestler in the world. Now that is saying a lot, man, and it definitely showed. Will Osprey was presented as a star. He come out with his belt, which he just newly changed to the UK Championship instead of the New Japan Wrestling US Championship. That was a good look as well. People singing his song. Of course, Jericho's entrance. Yeah, like AJ was saying, it didn't do it justice to see how electric it was. We gave Judas its best reception ever. Those hands down. The way the fans were singing, we knew all the words except for them, and it was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy. And the match itself, though, the match totally delivered. Back and forth. Jericho has looked like the best he's looked in years, to be honest, in that match. Yeah. Jericho, still for me. Jericho for me still doesn't miss a beat, yeah, when he's in the ring. But in this match, there was something special about how he was going. This was the same Jericho that went to New Japan to fight Kenny Omega. This is the same Jericho that went to go fight Naito. I felt like this was the level of ability he was putting in. And so where I'm struggling is, do I rank this as my match of the night? Yeah, because I was that much invested into this match. And again, the right winner, the outcome of the match had the right winner because, we're trying to make Osprey something. Yeah, Jericho doesn't need to win that match in this point in his career because Jericho is certified no matter what he does. So yeah, it was good to put Osprey over. It's good to put him over in his home country, his homeland, in front of all of those screaming fans. And they both put on a clinic. So what more can you ask for?
Do you know, a lot of my thinking was like Aussie Open, his teammates. He's not AEW was part one, and two. I was like, well, we've had one UK victory already. That would be enough to put people over. And I thought Jericho. I still see a major feud coming with everyone that Callis is back in versus all those that he's opposed to. And I was like, maybe this would be the balance. Jericho running out for the saves to help, Omega, even though they've had that feud. So that was the balance. But what a match. What a match. And I think, there is extra tension when there are points on the line. And there were some near falls in this match. Jericho pulled out every single finisher I have seen Chris Jericho do. The only thing that was missing was a lion sword. He done a lion tamer. He done a Walls of Jericho. He done a code breaker. He gave all of it. Well done. He didn't do the double power bomb, but I don't know if he still got that in it. But yes. Big
Did
toe.
he do a lion sword?
Did he?
I'm not sure.
I
I'm
didn't,
sure.
I didn't see it. I didn't remember it.
I can't remember. Maybe he did. I remember him bouncing off the rope.
I watched this match a lot. I watched this match. I really, really got into this match for upcoming reasons. You find out in a sec.
Yeah.
Audience.
Big toe.
Well,
Where did
look,
it make you?
I've already said, this for me, at the very, very least, was the joint match of the night. So we got to go for Fight Forever, man.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Right. But the best part of this match. Sorry to jump in there. I'm so excited because this was the best part of this match. No offense to the match. As I said, Jericho came out, we sung. I'm sitting there with my score sheet because this is what I do. I worked it out. I looked at it and, oh my God, there's 2 people on 7 points, and this is the match to make a difference. Big Tone, you took the lead, but AJ caught back up at you. You're on 7. Don't worry, everyone else. We're not coming first. But let's see if there's going to be a winner. Let's see if there's going to be an actual winner of this tonight and who's going to be. So that made this match so much better. And just as I said earlier, think, Dennis, think. Think, AJ, think. Come on. Why would you go against the UK guy? You went for Jericho, which makes sense on some part, but not against the UK. But not against Will Osprey. It's not that they're going to go for a triple match. And with that, Big Tone took the lead, and Big Tone was like, yeah. Stepped in, walked in, and looked around and went, this is my place. I didn't get the clean sweep, but I'll take this. Whoa, Big Tone took the lead. AJ sat down and dejected, going, I don't even care what's on next.
It was at that point I turned to Big Tone and I just put my hand down. I was like, well done. And that was just sat down.
But the thing is, the good part about it, even it didn't come down to the last match, because the last match, well, there's 2 more matches, but even it didn't come down to that match, it was like, don't worry. It was what a good match to end this. Now let's focus on the rest of the wrestling. And it was really, and at this point of the night, it was dark and everyone was waiting to do the Bray Wyatt tribute, but AEW didn't give us a shot. It was just constant back to back. As soon as one ends, and that's one start.
Can I just say, the one time it nearly did happen, I was not happy. It was during the Sting and Darby promo video.
Right after the Coffin.
Well, just before the Coffin, as I was about to enter.
When it went dark.
Yeah, it went dark for their thing, and everyone started singing he's got the whole world in his hands. I was like, not during the Coffin match, guys. No.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh, hey, we got the Fireflies came out, so that's really good.
And there was a mini tribute. Not that we had a chance to sing along, but what an awesome entrance that came up next for the trios title with the House of Black. The House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Mr. Ass Billy Gunn.
And I just set them up. I just throw them up there, and you caught it really well. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. It was a good throw, bro. It was a good throw. Look, I've loved the House of Black. I've never really voted against them. This was very difficult not to vote against them. And more than anything, the Attitude Era fan in me. Yes, it was nice to see Sting. Yes, it was nice to see Christian. But I said it in my video and I'll say it again now. I'm a degenerate. I've always been a degenerate. And when Billy broke off, if you ever played a game, WWF Attitude, Billy Gunn was my guy. I banged out that game so hard. Someone even said to me, you're faster than the computer. I was on extreme mode, winning Royal Rumbles before people came out with Billy Gunn. So I had this soft spot for Billy Gunn. So much so that I think me and one other friend I spoke to who was at the show, I mean, we won't name him for obvious reasons, but we were the only 2 who probably went excited when he done the one and only. It was like, Billy Gunn's done the one and only. Like, who remembers the one and only? That's how gassed I was to see Billy Gunn. So, yeah, it was an awesome moment for me. And we got to scissor with Daddy Ass, the biggest scissor party. So, yeah, I loved it.
This part of my hand had to be wiped after. There's so many people. Random. Okay. I'm like, right. Whatever you do, don't touch your face with these 2 things. Yeah. there's gonna be later to realize, even though the last match claimed the top position, this match was who's gonna be the loser of the night. So this match had something for me. So even though it was a case of like, yeah, I was for that, but I'm getting all tongue twisted because the Acclaim came out and everyone just wanted to know, what's the rap gonna be about?
Mhm.
Everyone's waiting to hear the rap. Didn't really hear it that much. I don't really know what the rap was about, but Big Tone will film me later for that. Also, the House of Black tribute, really well done, really nice. It was just, I had a gimmick and I had to stick with it. I would have picked the ass man because he is the ass man. Because he loves to stick him. He loves to. Big Tone, what do you think of this match?
You know what? Again, it was a fun match. I did pick up the Acclaim to win because, again, it fits the storyline narrative. This is what happens when you watch wrestling. Then you know what's gonna happen. The build that it would have made sense in it, yeah, if House of Black in it basically walked out as champions. Like it would have just basically been like this overkill of whipping the Acclaim's ass. So they definitely had to win it. And the line that killed everyone was basically somehow Prince Andrew became a victim of the Acclaimed, and that just popped the crowd big time.
The first
I just
attack.
thinking, can you imagine, like, you know, if Prince Andrew like uses wrestling as an escape and everything? This is a nice time for me to just chill out, get away from it all, and then he's watching the Acclaim come down and just drop a bomb on it, man. Like, it was hilarious, man.
You know what? Fun fact on my side, I had flashbacks of when we went to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, and I was like, these Americans do not care about what going deep. I was just like, thank God none of the Royals died this time, because that guy Jeff Ross like tore the Queen apart. Not even a week later, she was gone. Like, you've just gone for Prince Andrew. Had anything come in the news, that would have been Max Caster would have been like he would have skyrocketed even further. But
in terms of the wrestling itself, though, like it's a nice, fine, passable match. Quite fun, and again, it had a lot of near falls that made you think, "Oh, are they gonna win? Or are they gonna lose?" Blah blah blah. So in that sense, it's a success. The match was. Did it light my fire? Probably not, but it was good. It was a good match.
And where would you rank it based on that?
Yeah, still mid card.
Do you know what? I think that's fair. I honestly think that's fair in the sense that, look, it was too predictable to get excited. Like, they delivered, but because you know what was coming, it was hard to not get there. I think it had it. The rap had more than anything else. Then you've got a decent match, but it could have been a Rampage match. It didn't have to be a pay-per-view match. So as a last-minute throw-in, they done really well.
Yeah,
maybe with a bit more build, it would have got more of a ranking because it would have meant more.
Right.
I suppose like the wrestlers involved as well. Like, yes, the House of Black are amazing, and they claim that they are more hyped. Like, they're more about the buzz. I would say their in-ring work is so great that they're going to get those 5-star matches. But they're good wrestlers. It's just, but they can't really get to the elite levels of the elite. If you get what I mean.
But here's the thing: Alistair can. Buddy, I think
that's what I said. The House of Black can, but I'm talking about the
clip. Yeah. Even Billy Gunn in his best day is a 4-star star. Like, and that's me who loves the guy. Like, I get it.
Right. So if y'all see while them not talking, I had to cover my face because the match before was to determine the winner of our little group that we got, which then it put Big Tone up on 8 and AJ was down on 7 and everyone else didn't matter. Really, what really mattered to me was I was down there. I was on 4. But Leon was with me on 4, and I was like, ooh, if Acclaim, if House of Black wins, I step up and I don't get 0. Oh my God. And then hearing you not talk about it going, of course they were going to win. Of course they were going to win. Oh man, I was so dumb.
This is why I like the separate videos.
So you
You
have
know what I mean? I swear down.
has nothing to do with the separate videos. I made a gimmick and I stuck with it. The champ
We'll go with
is gonna
that.
win. No one's and I stuck with the thing. And even if you all did it, I've never gone back on my pick. I've always made a joke about it, but I've never gone back on my pick. And even with this case, I went with House of Black because someone for so long kept calling someone else House of Bay. I went, they must be good. They must be good. Forgot all about the Sesame thing. I forgot who the Acclaim was. I forgot they were Sesame. I forgot all of that. I forgot all of that. Daddy Ass was there and I didn't pick him. But it doesn't matter anyway because well done to you, AJ, to Big Tone, to Simsy, to Double V. Y'all got it right. I got it really wrong. And because of that, we now had it done. I was the loser. AJ the winner. I mean, Big Tone the winner. And so on and so forth. There was one more match coming, but everyone had the same pick, so it didn't really matter at that point. But hey, we got to all sit down and enjoy the final match, but 0 because of that one match. Thank you, Daddy Ass.
So here we are. Main event time. Better than you, baby. Newly crowned ROH Tag Team Champs now go face to face as MJF takes on Adam Cole. Look, again, points-wise, it didn't matter. What can happen with wrestling events, especially watching them live? You can, especially on the AEW card, like you can get spent. You've got so much emotions. You've cheered here, you've cheered there. It could take a lot out of you. Even the Acclaimed match, again, we had the rap. It had some falls, but you're beginning to feel it. To me, this was a crowd pickup. Like they knew what to do to hit the beats. And we talk about CM Punk and Joe bouncing between face and heel. This was very interesting because you've got MJF looking to go back into heel mode. Adam Cole bouncing between face and heel at every moment, and but really kind of owning the heel moments because where MJF won't do something, Adam Cole's like, "Oh, you don't want to put me through a table? Boom, take that, bro." it was mad. Yeah, awesome match. Brilliant storytelling. Brilliant storytelling.
Yes, I truly enjoyed this match. This is one that took me, like I said, watching it. I was kind of happy there was no points on the line for us and everything was done. The game was over for us in that way. So I could sit down and enjoy the match because it showed that MJF, the prick, and everyone's like, who's going to turn on who? Who's going to turn on who? That was the main thing everyone's talking about. And MJF is usually turning on people. He did all the tropes. He brought out the brass ring. And we're like, oh! And he went, no, I can't. And as soon as he does something like he got the belt, I can't. And then watching Adam Cole just going, screw this. He ripped the shirt off. They put the shirt on the start. They did the like, we're going to be best friends during this match. And I went, when is MJF going to turn on him? When is MJF going to turn? But MJF didn't turn. Adam Cole was the one that was the heel. In this match, Adam Cole was the heel and MJF the babyface. MJF the babyface. What the? Oh, we got to see something that's rare. So yeah.
Just before we move on, can I also, while you say all of that, give MJF props for outdoing Eddie Guerrero in Eddie Guerrero shenanigans when he took the chair, opened it, and put it on himself on the
Yep.
Go.
I was just about to say that. It's so good, man. I was about to talk about the spots they did, which is like the ring, the table. Like you do the table, I'm not gonna do the table. This and that. To the point of what I loved about it, the match a draw, and it was like, I was like, this match, give me 5 more minutes. And I was like, why only 5 minutes? Why is it because of the curfew? They have to stop at a certain time. And it's like, no, it happened in the match before. And it's like, it's callback. I was like, oh, that is really cool. It's like, no, if this has to finish, it would take all effing night. Didn't say effing. Crowd popped big. Love that. Then it was like, straight after that, the chair spot game. The referee got knocked down. And it was like, oh, I'm going to set the chair up. And it was like, oh, so everyone started laughing. And it was just like, you do the chair. No, you do the chair. You do the chair. Referee staring. We're like, who's going to end up with? When he put the chair over his head and it was like, it got pilmanized and he laid down. I was like, that is brilliant. Oh, I love this. Because of this, I left on a high. Like, we keep talking about Mania still, and it's way back. Mania, night one, we left on an average, but because we had to be like, yay, night 2 was a dull. This is how I meant to leave it. Leave your crowd happy. And even if it's something else happened at the end, but wow, I'm going on more about this match than I ever did about any other match in this card. This is my 7-star match. And don't ask me what happened in the match. The story. They told a story in the match. And I
this
love
is the funny
that.
thing. I was going to do a callback to what you said about having the earpieces. This one didn't need an earpiece of commentary.
You didn't need that.
And this is proper wrestling. Telling a story in the ring. It's all good what happens on the stick before, but to tell a story between the 4 ropes, perfect.
Yeah. I never saw any of them. I never saw any matches with them 2 together. And when boom, early that night, when the tag team match, that's the only first time I saw them together. First time I saw them. So when I saw them again at the end of the night, I'm like, I don't know the story. I just know MJF is a prick and Adam Cole is Adam Cole, baby. I meant to check for Adam Cole, right? Oh, wait, he's being the bad guy. Oh my God, I don't know what to do, but I'm loving every minute of this. Oh. And the thing is, I looked over to everyone and everyone was into it. Big Tone, you already won the match and you were into this match from what I was seeing. Were you?
Like I said, again, we talk about everything you can hope for in a main event. Yeah. And this delivered and above and beyond. From they made the excellent choice because to start the night and finish the night with these 2, because again, it is one of the right now, considering everything else, it's the hottest storyline in wrestling. Yeah, the whole Adam Cole romance with MJF, and the fans was into it. When the fans bring out little kangaroo balloons, they're into it. And there's been a number of hours since we've already seen them. One of the good things they did earlier was they didn't allow Adam Cole to say "baby" because he got jumped by Aussie Open. So therefore, the fans were waiting for it the second time we come out, and again, we shut the roof off that scene. Say "baby." I agree with everything both of you have said. Yeah, with the back and forth, the storytelling, that will they, won't they. Now, for all the flack I've given Roderick Strong from looking like a side piece, isn't it? Yeah, looking like he made him look like a bit this whole storyline. It was actually good to see him out there and involved in this capacity. What actually killed me off is when Adam Cole made the whole decision just to not cheat. It's the way Roderick Strong started crying in the Kingdom's arms. That was hilarious. And again, I would say that this match was a testament to the type of talent that MJF is. Because how can the most despicable, heelish heel, we've seen it a long time, become the most, sympathetic babyface? Yeah, people are really invested in him. And to be honest, the whole night, he got the largest cheers. And that's exactly how it should happen. The champion gets the loudest cheers, yeah? People were really invested in this match, and they were just dying to see the outcome. And it could have gone either way, and it would have been still a success. Adam Cole could have stole the AEW championship, and we could have seen what that did to MJF, his mentality afterwards. MJF could have turned heel, brought out a new faction, and would have been we knew this is where it's going. But to be honest, maybe the most unlikeliest thing is what they did, and they continued the bromance, and they just hugged in the ring, and they left together, both holding each other, hands up high on a feel-good moment, and that everyone was just hyped. Yeah, everyone's shouting that hug it out, and then they eventually did, and that got a massive ovation. I think if we just take away all the drama and everything, all the shenanigans that's happened the last couple of weeks of wrestling, and we just focus on this one night and that one match, yeah, All In by a mile was a success because of this main event, yeah.
For sure.
And this is what wrestling promotions all over the world, you need to take note. This is what you need to serve up to deliver, your fans what they want, to deliver a main event that puts your company higher than it was before when it started. This match had everything. It had drama, it had intensity, it had feel good moments, and this is what you need, man. All I gotta say is thank you, MJF, thank you, Adam Cole, and thank you, Tony Khan, for bringing All into London and making that one of the greatest nights we've ever had.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, look, we've all given it high praise, but Big Tone, you are the man with the final call. Where does
Yeah,
this fall?
well, obviously, like I said, it's split between whether I enjoyed the Osprey match more or this, but like it's obviously a fight forever. It's just like for me at this point, it's which one of those do I rank higher? Yeah, you know what? I would probably say the main event was the best match of the card.
Yeah, it was a moment. It really was. It was an awesome moment. And then over to you with the scores.
Right. So the scores now. This is the total for the night. This is the most lined up the way it should be, kind of, but not the way it should be, because the winner, Big Tone, with his 9 matches, he got 9 right out of 11 matches. Big Tone got 9, only missed 2. AJ very close behind with 8, followed very closely by Double V, Nico. Then the one that watched all the wrestling came up with 6. And then dragging up the rear, this guy who wants to run with a gimmick instead of being smart, only 5. That means I got 11 matches, I got 6 wrong. That's the highest percentage of getting something wrong. It was stupid, but hey, it is what it is. But because of all that, the scores for this night didn't get the clean sweep, but that means you got 4 points. Well done, Big Tone. And everyone lined up perfectly because it's 4 points for Big Tone, 3 points for AJ, 2 points for Double V, 1 point for Simsy, and no point for Dennis. So yeah, so no. I got the big fat O, got 0 on this again. That's twice I've got 0 on this system. But hey, it is what it is. It's not how you start. It's not how it's going. It's how it finishes.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, look, this is last season's champs talking, right? So there's a very strong chance he could just climb up and it's there. But more importantly, guys, let's bear in mind there are bonus points to be won for clean sweeps. There are still 2 more pay-per-views to be called out there. Will someone get it in the next one? Will someone get it? Will someone get it at Payback? Will someone get it at All Out? Hey, there's only one way to find out. Tune in. It will be coming out. If this is coming out today, check it tomorrow. You're going to find one tomorrow. You're going to find one the day after. The ministry is keeping the content going right now. Like, I just need to put it out there. We grew by 1,000.
Might be a bit delayed, but really good.
Yeah, it's a bit delayed. We had a punk to talk about, and that's surname, not judgment.
Podcast.
There's been a lot of stuff happening. Plus, we still work. But honestly, guys, the ministry actually got a notification from YouTube. We have grown by 1,000. We are at 1,600 and something at this moment. If you are watching this, especially to this point,
still tell 5 friends. That's 1,000 of you to tell 5 friends. So the next time we check, we should have 5,000.
That's the one. 6,000. We're looking for that 6,000 jump. Like, boom.
Quick math.
Scott's starting the math out here. But yeah, more than anything, guys, continuously, thank you for the support. Keep coming back. You're going to start seeing us more and more as much as we can. And yeah, that's the one. So then tune in. Again, tune in. There are more pay-per-view reviews coming. We're going to try and squeeze some What Next is in somewhere. There might be a new format to that as well. But until the next time, I am the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
I'm Den the Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling.
Big Tone, out the zone. We appreciate you, everyone.